Uh, so, um, as you can see, there is no reaction this week because my camera kind of fucked up and stopped working like right as it started, and I didn't realize it till the show was almost over, and so I cannot do a reaction this week. However, I think I fixed it as long as this goes up, and hopefully everything will be okay. And for next Sunday, so cross fingers. And yeah, so now this is my thoughts of season 7, episode 10, New Best Friends. So we start off with Ezekiel and the Kingdomers, including Morgan, meeting with the Saviors to give them stuff, and they go there and offer stuff. And then one of the dudes, don't know his name, pretty much starts fighting with Richard again, and says Richard can't have guns, so Richard gives him his gun. And he also takes Morgan's stick because Morgan tries to hurt him, and that does not go over well. So Morgan loses his stick. Then back at the kingdom, Daryl's pissed because Morgan's not fighting, and pretty much says if Carol saw what happened, she would. Then Richard and Daryl have a meet-up plan to attack the Saviors. And while they're going to their meet-up plan, or whatever they're trying to do, I think Richard says something about sacrificing or leading them to someone Ezekiel cares about, aka Carol. And Daryl, of course, doesn't know this at this time. And he keeps mentioning her and says the word her. And then Daryl possibly thinks it's Carol and asks for the name. Richard says Carol, and Daryl tackles him to the ground and says if anything happens to her, he'll kill him. So that means that Daryl's out of Richard's plan. Then with Rick, Michonne, Rosita, Tara, and Aaron at the little junkyard place, they meet the leader. Oh fuck, what was her name? Like Jadis? Is that her name? Jadis. I'm calling her that. And so then it's revealed that Jadis has Gabriel, and that Gabriel didn't go off on his own, that they kidnapped him or forced him or something along those lines. And Rick pretty much asks, we need help. Can you help us fight Negan and the Saviors? And Jadis says no, and then takes him up. And they go up, and she pushes him down into a pile with Wilson, or Winston, or whatever his name is. The Walker with spikes on his head and chest and everywhere else on his body. So Rick fights him, and he gets a hole in his hand and scrapes his leg and all sorts of stuff, and ends up killing him because Michonne told him to use a wall, and he does. So he pulls down walls or like junk to fall on Winston, Wilson, whatever the fuck his name is, and then kills him. And then says, believe me now, we can do anything. So then Jadis reconsiders and says, fine, we'll help you, but give us guns. And of course, they don't have guns because they gave them all the Saviors. Meanwhile, Zeke and some Kingdomers visit Carol, and Jerry brings her a casserole, cobbler, I think cobbler, and gives it to her. And then they leave. But then there's a knock on the door, and Carol opens the door and sees Daryl. And she starts like crying, they hug. He asks why you leave, then they have their whole little reunited moment. So then they talk at Carol's home, and Carol asks if everyone's okay, and like starts to cry and is like, did they kill anyone? Is everyone alive? And Daryl lies to her and says everyone's fine, we made a deal like Ezekiel, it's all good, when really it's not. I guess there are pros and cons to doing this. I mean, I guess lying to her makes her have a better mind of it and makes her at peace with everything and her decision. However, not telling her also might come to bite him in the butt when she finds out, because she's gonna find out eventually. And I think if he told her what happened, Carol would go to war. She'd go to Zeke, be like, "We're gonna fight them." Zeke would be like, "Okay," and then the kingdom would be on their side. So I don't really know why Daryl didn't tell her if he wanted to fight the Saviors. Maybe it was because earlier she started talking about how like she could have killed him, but then she beat like nothing afterwards, or something along the lines. I forget exactly what she said, but something like that. Then back at the dump, they're all leaving, packing up, and Rosita and Tara have a conversation about how Rosita just wants to go and fight and like will do anything to just go and fight and do whatever. And Tara sort of like kind of talks her out of it, but then not really. So I don't really know what's gonna happen with that. And then before Rick leaves, he grabs a cat statue and gives it to Michonne and says to replace the one you lost, which is a reference to back in season 3 when Carl and Michonne went to the store and Carl got a picture of his family and Michonne got a cat statue, which I guess got lost when the prison blew up. So that was nice. Then back at the kingdom, Daryl's with Shiva. Morgan comes in. And Daryl pretty much tells Morgan that whatever you're trying to keep holding on to, it's not there or it's gone. And tell him to fight. And he says that he's leaving and going to the hilltop. Which, again, is not good because if the Saviors do find him, they will hurt him or kill him or damage him in a very severe way. And I think the promo for the next one pretty much showed Eugene at the sanctuary with Negan and Dwight and them finding out that Daryl's gone and that whole thing. So that's looking forward to Sunday. Hopefully it won't, like, my camera won't fuck up again and I'll be actually able to record it. If not, I'm going to be mad. I'll probably buy a new one. But until then,